everybody. Happy Friday Night Live. How are you? You know what? I got on too strong of glasses. I can't see the screen. I have the wrong pair of glasses on. Oh well, and I can see down here. I just can't see you guys up there. So I'll have to read here. And y'all can't, let's see if you can see Bandit. There's Bandit. Y'all can't see him very good. He's down here as usual. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Friday night. I know it's a very confusing and turbulent time that we're in right now. Let's see. Hi, Ann. Hi, everybody. Jackson's Wild Gypsy Cauldron is now a wandering wild woman. a wild... It's not connecting. Oh, well. Hi, everybody. I don't know why it's buffering. I'm so sorry. I came up to the library and everything to see if I could figure out so that it wouldn't buffer. And I'm not even at my friend's house by the beach, but I'm glad for you guys that stayed with me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm back. Hopefully it'll stay because I have a lot I want to tell you tonight. And I have a couple of fans going because it's pretty warm. So I hope that it's not too noisy. If it is, y'all let me know and I'll turn them off. Or at least we'll try with turning one off and leaving one on. I'm kind of back, says Susan and Karen. Okay, I hope it holds up. Let me jump into the topics. Some meetups have been canceled. Right now, I am canceling my Alabama meetup tomorrow here in Orange Beach. If you were planning on coming, please email me and I will meet up with you individually if you want, just not in such a public place that's going to be so crowded and an event. I just think that's the responsible thing to do. I don't want people getting out and about just to because of something that I'm holding, especially since we are on a national emergency state. So anyway, if you were planning on coming, please email me and I will we'll make it happen. So yes, Noreen, thank you for posting that. The Alabama and the Florida meetup are canceled. And if you could put up the link to my meetup, if you could put up the link, you or Lauri could put up the link to the meetup page on my website, I would appreciate it. I will keep that up to date as current events happen in our country and let you know. But right now, I am planning on my next mini meetup will be in New York in June, but the the Alabama meetup tomorrow and the Florida meetup later this week, I am canceling. And speaking of Noreen and Lauri, I have a new mod. If you thank you, Noreen, I see that on there now. Hi, Tim Untethered, good to see you. All right, everybody, refresh and change your playback speed if you need to. So good to see you, Tim. I've been meaning to contact you too. So if I forget, call me in the next couple of days or text or something, buddy. Thank you for putting that up, Noreen. So my new moderator is Lauri Smith. You guys welcome her and thank her, please. She is helping Noreen out with links and everything tonight and will be an ongoing moderator. Robert is not joining us tonight because he is headed to New York with family to see more family, and I'm sure is in heaven over that. Yeah, well, there's going to be, hey, Michael, good to see you, dear cousin. There are going to be lots of closures across our country and cancellations, and my mini meetup is nothing in comparison, but I just felt like it was the responsible thing to do. And I appreciate those that understand. And again, if you were planning on coming to one of those meetups, please email me and let's see what we can work out. Let's see, so, but again, starting in June, those are still scheduled from New York on, so check out my website. And my travel plans, because of all this craziness, has changed. And right now I am staying with friends in Alabama, and I kept saying Florida, but it's not, it's Alabama. And yes, we will get through this. It's all good. And so Noreen is everywhere, LOL. I love that. That's hilarious. And so my travel plans have changed because of this. I am not doing Florida. As I said, I canceled that meetup, but I'm also not going to get to go and see my friends. My close loved ones and my close friends, and my trustee concurred today that what I need to do is head on, keep on a narrow path, not do Florida and a whole bunch of socializing and visiting and going out and having meetups and everything, but just go ahead and go on my path to go up and see my friend Linda, who has had a stroke, and is the whole reason I'm doing this trip to start with, and getting to see friends along the way. And so that's what I'm going to do, and I am going to be headed that way. And we haven't mapped out that new route or anything, and so I honestly don't know where I'm. Something's beeping. I don't know what's beeping in my van. I hear something loud, beeping or squealing. But anyway, we'll map it out, and I will be letting my Patreons know what route I'm going to be going and about where I'm going to be headed and everything. And it just changes everything. You know, I always say life changes in seconds and inches, or life boils down to seconds and inches, and that is so true. And but it's all good, and we'll get through it, and it just is what it is. I'm disappointed about not getting to see my friends in Florida. Kendall emailed me back, and it works out just as well for her as it turns out, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful for their understanding and support. And Jim and Shannon, I was going to get to see them, and Shannon wrote me back a little bit ago and told me not to worry, that they understood. So I just really appreciate that. And everybody's asking me where Bandit is, so let me see if I can show you. I'll try to lower that a little bit, so I just don't want to knock it off, and I'm afraid I'm going to knock it off. Can y'all see Bandit a little bit better now? He's down here he was using my knee for a pillow. Can you see him? Y'all give me a thumbs up if you can see it. And actually, Mike, you're talking about his rooster, because it goes, so I call it a rooster, and that's how he knows it. And so it's back at my friend's house because he keeps playing with it. He takes that rooster everywhere he goes, and so he took it in the house. And yeah, so gas is a good price right now, which is really good for me to, you know. But it occurred to me, we're in a national emergency declared by the president today, and he says hunker down, and it's like, I don't have this is my hunker down place, and it's on wheels, and I can't stay any place for any length of time. And because Fancy Free is a camper van, most RV parks, especially in the east and the northeast, don't accept her long term. And so I really have nowhere to hunker down. I have to keep moving. And so my game plan is to keep moving and get gas and just pay at the pump, not go inside, stay in Fancy Free as much as I can, and just not go to the social events and stuff. And so that'll be my form of hunkering down, be me and Bandit here. Bandit, he's so asleep. My friends that I'm staying with, they have a Jack Russell Terrier, and in Bandit's update, which is one of the topics that's coming up, I'll tell you about it. But he has been playing and playing and playing, and so he's taking advantage of right now and resting. Look at, I'm holding his ear up. Can y'all see? He's sound asleep. Well, this is Ice Crash. So anyway, he's right here. No, it's not about them being understanding. They have rules, and they do not budge. Trust me, and I've been out here long enough to know. And yeah, he really is he's like doing that baby snub, like, you know how they do? I just love it. He's just being so cute. Let's see, what else do we have? Bandit needs another chicken. Well, he loves that one so much. I don't know. I will give him a hug as soon as he wakes up, but I don't want to wake him up. So that leads me kind of to my next topic, which is, and by the way, I want to tell all my mods thank you. I don't see Gina on here tonight. I hope she's okay. Gina has been a little bit under the weather, and so I need to check on her. I haven't had a chance to yet today. I need to check on her when I get off here. And so Lauri and Noreen, thank you for holding down the fort. Really appreciate it. I appreciate all my mods. And then Joan is always on here, but she doesn't serve as a live moderator. She serves to give me the markers to go back so that you guys can fast forward through the topics. And oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't put up the markers that you sent me. Joan, if you're watching, please text me later and tell me to honor you better than that, because you do all that hard work and then I didn't even put them up for last week, but I will, I promise. And let's see, I'm trying to keep up with y'all's talking. Joan's RV Adventures. Joan is one of my friends I don't get to see in Florida. We were going to camp together at the state park there, and but it's been 85, and so I don't know if I could do that heat because I don't have air conditioning in Fancy Free, so it might have worked out just as well. But I'm so sad to not get to see all my friends, and I was going to get to see Coco Jack again and Coco Jack's mommy. Y'all see my keyboard cover? And sorry, squirrel, it moved and I had to fix it. But I was going to get to see Coco Jack and Coco Jack's mom. It'll work out to be able to do that again at another time. And so I can't hunker down and stay somewhere because I don't have air conditioning, so I can't stay in the southeast because it's humid and hot. And also I'm in a van, and even though it's self-contained, most RV parks don't let you stay if you're in a van because I don't have black and gray tanks. And so I will be moving on, and it has been really interesting. Once I left Texas, there was no camping. I mean, I had places lined up. I didn't just come out here with no plan, but like places that it said I would be able to stay and park and everything. They were either flooded and closed and hadn't updated their website, or it had changed because of the storms and they weren't allowing overnight anymore. And yes, it's hot in Alabama already. Well, it's hot. I'm not gonna fib. It's hot, but it's not as hot as it's gonna be. But when you live in a tin can, it's hot. And I got to tell you, my friend is helping me with some ideas for circulation that I don't. Fans, that I don't want to share with you yet because it's not finalized, and that wouldn't be fair to him. And but if that pans out, I'll be showing you something that might help with the heat, and be sharing that with my wonderful viewers later. But yes, it's already hot down here, and my limit on being able to travel with my brain injury is about 2 hours a day. That's what's safe for me. I mean, I can do that and no problem. 3 hours and I'm getting really pretty too tired and to be safe. And I kept having to drive because there wasn't any place to stay. I felt, like there's no room at the inn, move on. And that happened to me 2 or 3 days in a row, and it was getting unsafe. I was gonna have to get my trustee to help me with finances or something to get a hotel. I don't have that in the budget, but we would have worked it out because I wasn't going to be unsafe for me and Bandit, and I wasn't going to be unsafe for other people on the road. And I know when I'm pushing it. And I had gotten to that point where it wasn't going to be good for me to keep driving because I was overextending every day because there wasn't a place to stay. And my good friend Mary Jane surprised me with a membership to Harvest Host. And just so everybody knows, you have to be self-contained for Harvest Host, and y'all know I have my porta potty right here, and I showed it to the first. I've only stayed at one place, and it'll be on an upcoming video, and I showed it to them, and they were fine with that. They just want to make sure that you've got facilities and that you won't be abusing their property, and rightfully so. Nobody should be abusing any property anywhere, but especially if you're a Harvest Host member. And I had the most lovely time, and I can't wait to share it with you. It was on a closed, the farm wasn't open right now because it wasn't season, but it was a berry and a tea farm, and the owner ended up taking me around, and it took me on a tour, and Bandit got to go and got to see behind the scenes stuff, and it was just lovely. And I really, it's called, I don't want to booger the name, and I didn't write it down. Oh man, and they were just so good to me, and it's on my phone. That's why I can't see it. Oh, I know what I can do. If y'all will bear with me, I know where I can go find it. Joan, if you're on here, I know I sent it to you. I know I sent it to Sandy. Noreen, did I send a picture? I can't remember. But it was just so lovely. I don't know if all Harvest Hosts consider that self-contained, Lauri, or not, but I was honest with this Harvest Host guy, and I showed it to him, and he was okay with that. So I can't speak for Harvest Hosts across the board. I can only tell you that I was honest, and oh, thank you, Noreen. I appreciate you answering me. I can only speak for that one farm, and they were awesome. Okay, so let me go look and see if I can find it, because I know I sent it to, if I can just find a picture of it, I can look right quickly. Oh, nothing's loading because everything's buffered back. So doesn't look like it's going to load. Shoot. I'm sure. Do you have it? The name of the place where I stayed, the name of that farm here, and they can put what it was. Yeah, it was a berry and a tea farm. Nomadic, you guys cutting up. And yes, that's the link for Harvest Hosts. Thank you. Anyway, I feel really bad. I can't remember that. But it'll be a full video, and I tell you what I'll do is, if nobody comes up with it while I'm on here, please be sure and check back in the video description and in the pinned comment, and I will put that up afterwards. And Noreen or Lauri, if y'all can remind me afterwards so that I don't forget, because these guys, they were so sweet to me, and they deserve all the shout out I can give them. Let's see. So camping since I left Texas has just been so precarious, and it was pretty Mimi weekend. I just announced to everybody that it was I had to cancel, or I felt responsible to cancel tomorrow, but I will meet you individually. I just am not going to do a group event. But if you're here and if you were planning on coming, and I'll say that again, I've said it several times on this video already tonight, but if you're here or you are planning on coming, please email me and we will meet up. I will meet you, and I'm happy to do that. And my email, Noreen and Lauri, is tbivangirl@gmail.com. And that's okay, Mimi. We can meet up. Let's get together. And Travels is on here. She came to my Cedar Hill State Park meetup. It's good to see you on here, Travels. I have missed you. So glad you're here. So anyway, camping since I left Texas has been really difficult, you guys. I know this is going to sound drama, but by the time I got here to my friends, I was driving and crying. I just had gone as far as I could, and I really still haven't caught up since then. Oh, good. thank you, Mimi Weekend. Email me again and let me know where you are or how you want to meet up. I'll come meet you, I promise. I'm looking forward to it. And forgot what I was saying. Squirrel. Oh Lord, I don't remember. Anyway, but I'm hoping Harvest Host moving forward will help. And also, I'm just going to basically be doing one night hops to thank you, Lauren. I was pushing too hard, but when you can't find a place to camp and stay, that's what happens out here. I was tired and I was crying, and oh, thank you, Mimi Weekend. That will work. And I wasn't pushing too hard because of my doing, but that's what happens out here when I don't think it happens so much when you can stay at RV parks and when you're in an RV, but what happens to those folks, what my friends and everybody, and I've got RVers on here, they can vouch for that, is you have to have reservations in advance, really. You can't just go and pull into a place and say, I'm here, give me a place to park. You really have to have reservations and everything. And if they've been torn up by a storm, it doesn't matter. You get there and there's no place to park. So it happens even in RVs. And if you don't plan ahead, or if something happens to your schedule and you don't get there in time, or you need to get there early and they don't have an opening. So it happens to people in regular RVs, not just van dwelling like I do in a camper van, but it happens, and you have to be prepared for that. And you sometimes have to maybe drive further than you planned on driving because that's your only options. And like Mimi has spots where she's at right now, but it's an RV park, and I can guarantee you any RV park around Orange Beach, Alabama isn't going to let a camper van in. And so my situation is a little bit different and requires a little bit more planning, and because of my brain injury requires a whole lot more planning. And when things start to fall, it falls like dominoes, and it can fall apart really fast, and that's what happened to me. And so I was really glad to get to my friends, and I have been staying in their house, but I'm not doing well, not in Fancy Free. And so I don't know if they're watching this or not. I haven't even told them. I just kind of made up my mind driving here because I came into town to get a better signal for you. I mean, they live in town, close to the beach, but I came to the public library parking lot to get a really good signal for you guys, and it's still buffered when we first started. But getting back in my van and everything, it's quiet in here. It's my home. I'm surrounded by everything I know, and that is probably a little I have friends that have brain injuries, and brain injuries can literally cause what's called brain-induced autism, and personality changes and everything. And I don't know if it's OCD or if I have to have the familiarity around me because of my brain injury, or if that's just normal with a brain injury. I know that when even I had a room, my room in TBI rehab, everything had to be in place, and I'd never really been that way before. I mean, I'd always been nice and neat and orderly, but I didn't have to have it that way before. And now I do, and I'm in their house, and I've got things in the room where I'm staying, and then I've got things in another room where they let me set up to work, which is so nice and generous, but it's just not working for me. I'm scattered. I can't pull my thoughts in. I can't focus, and so I think I'm going to move back into Fancy Free, and it'll be better to be hot than to be feeling like a space cadet like I've been doing. So I have to play that by ear, and we'll see. And they're such good friends. I consider them family, and I will visit with them and get their advice on it, and go from there. So that's kind of what my camping has been like since I left Texas. It's been nuts. And the Harvest Host place was wonderful, and it's not and we already talked about that. You can't stay on there. Well, I don't know about, there may be a place where that you can stay property for free, but Harvest Host is a membership, and then you can stay on the places that are listed there for free. But again, if you're in camper van or a truck camper or something, you have to be honest with them about what you're using for a porta potty or a restroom, and whether. And I just told him I don't have running water, and I showed him my porta potty, my setup, and he was okay with that because he knew he could trust me, and so I don't know how it is for everybody. Oh, thank you, Lauri. I'm not able to have multiple windows open tonight, so I'm not getting notifications on super chat tips through PayPal, but thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I do need, but and thank you. I haven't had Starbucks in a while because that's, you can't live on Starbucks. That'll blow a budget really fast. And so thank you. I am going to get a Starbucks from you. Thank you. But Boondockers, welcome. So see, there's all kinds of things that you can do, let's see. I think okay, yeah, I accidentally blocked something and I didn't mean to. I touched it with my hand. So thank you for putting that link up, Lauri. I appreciate that. So anyway, I just have a fine line room margin for error and for changes, and I don't do it well anyway. And so, oh, look, Joni's RV journey. That is so sweet of you. Starbucks or chocolate. Isn't that lovely? Girlfriend, we must be a lot alike. I look forward to meeting you one day. That's awesome. Oh, and RV Ashes in April is on here. Hi, guys. So let's see. What's next? Oh, viewer questions. Let's jump into that. I want to make sure that I don't run over tonight. I have to stretch out my leg. I was sitting on my leg and that wasn't working. So that means y'all probably, let me see. I don't think I can move this. Can y'all still see Bandit? This is Bandit right here. This black, not this black on the curtain, and not this black, but this black right here is Bandit. And he is still crashed. See, I'm still lifting his ear. He don't care. He is so crashed. I am loved so much. And I'm so grateful. I feel like I may be driving my friends crazy because this is a tumultuous time for me with this kind of traveling I've been doing, and in trying to figure things out, and then changes in my travel schedule and not going to Florida and not getting to see my friends, which was heartbreaking for me. And and then a meetup and then no meetup, and I need to work versus going to lunch, and then just all kinds of somebody else. Oh, Lauren, you sweet thing. Love you too, girlfriend. And I love all the pictures that you've been sending me. Thank you for staying in touch. Howard says he hears Bandit snoring. He is snoring. He's doing his snub thing. And he did have dinner before we came here, but he's not even responding to me touching him. He's not even opening an eye. Okay, viewer questions. Let's see what we have. I love you guys. I like getting to talk to you. All right, so let's see. Viewer questions. Oh, Paula Jackson asked, what is the silver backing in my kitchen area, and is it permanent? It is heat resistant tile, cut, and you can cut it, and then you peel the back off and you stick it on from, I got it from Lowe's, and my cousin, and thank you, Lauri. Lauri, if you'll do that again and put up the title to the video along with that, so somebody coming back later can, it is the link to show the backsplash that she just put up. That is for the tour video of Fancy Free. And Lauri, if you'll put that up with the title all in one post, that would be great. But that is what that kitchen is that she asked about, that silver backsplash. And she's talking about the last video that I did unedited, and put up in, but you can go find out all about that on the tour. And my cousin Mike, that's on here, and Robert helped with, I think Robert helped me find that, and my cousin Mike helped put it up, and of course built the cabinet, the whole kitchen cabinet and everything that it's on. Fancy Free is as beautiful as she is because of my cousin Mike that's on here. And hi Mike and Cindy again. And Carol's on here. Let's see, another question. Okay, so this one is from 3 Generations, was saying again on my last video, that unedited Nomad quick tip on how I cook in my van. She says she's curious, why do I use foil instead of a lid? Answer, I gotta tell you, the reason that I use foil is I take foil out of the box and I keep just the roll, and it's because that's that right there, that roll that's that big, that's storage. I have room for that. I don't have room for stacks of bowls and lids and containers and warming things and all of that. I have room for a roll of foil. I live in square inches, not square feet. And so that is why I use foil to do things like that, to cover the pan, to melt the cheese on my omelets and things like that. And Pebbles 59, hang on, that's a topic that we're going to talk about here in a moment about Bandit. So thank you for asking though. Oh, and Wondering Wild Woman, Jackson's mom says that, did I get Fancy Free painted? And y'all probably saw in the thumbnail for this live chat that there's a van on there this color. Well, it's because there's a fleet of vans here in Orange Beach that are kind of this color, and I'm like, oh my God, that's, if I can get Fancy Free when I get her repaired, if I can get her painted a different color other than white, I'm gonna do that color. And so no, she's not repaired from me getting stuck on a cattle guard yet, and I hope to get her painted when I do get that repair done. I'm getting that done in New York, and but when I do, if they will let me change colors, I think I'm gonna go, it's kind of like this shirt, but if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see it. So anyway, Wondering Wild Woman, thank you for asking that. And yes, Bandit, this is Bandit. He's crashed. It's like, let me look, yeah, he's breathing. He's just crashed. I hope y'all like that color. I do, and that's what I'm going to try to get done. It's not this bright if you look at that thumbnail, but it looks a lot like that. Oh, good, Lauri and Lauri. I'm glad y'all like that color. Okay, so let's go back to viewer questions. I think I have one more. Judy Abernathy wanted to know, y'all had a lot of questions on that cooking video. That made me so happy to see y'all asking questions and interacting on that video. Oh, thank you, Noreen. That's really sweet. Yay, Joni. I'm so excited that y'all think that color will be good, because I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. It's almost like this, but a cross between this color and this color. But I mean, I'll ultimately choose it. Fancy Free's my home, and so of course I'll choose. But I love that my viewers like stuff too, because y'all are important to me. You see, Seafoam Green, that's what I wanted. All the locals knew who she was. That's too funny. Did I read a question? Oh no, I just said that it was fun that you guys were asking questions on that last video. But Judy Abernathy wanted to know what was the meat that I was cooking with my eggs. And it is, can y'all see that? Can everybody see that? I can't tell if you can see that or not. Let me see. Can you see that? Anyway, it's canned roast beef from Walmart. And that I just love that with scrambled eggs and some cheese. It makes a wonderful breakfast with no carbs or anything. And yes, the tour video that we've already put up, Oh, how I cook in my van, Lauri. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, and Noreen, yes, it's roast beef, and it just really works for my diet and what's good for me, and I just really enjoy that breakfast, and I'm gonna see if my friends will let me cook that for them one morning. Uh, so that they don't eat breakfast like I do, so I'm usually eating breakfast, but I'm gonna see if they'll let me do it. Okay, so the weekly spotlight this week, and then we'll talk about Bandit. Maybe you'll wake up by then. Hi, Whoopi. You gonna wake up? You see, he likes, I mean, we love being inside. In fact, I got to tell y'all, it has been so nice walking around, standing up and stretching whenever I want without like hitting the ceiling. And I'd forgotten what sticks and bricks living was like. And we've been watching this series on Netflix, I think, or YouTube about mountain climbers and dirt baggers. And it was 3 different movie nights that we've done that, and sitting back in the recliner with a blanket and everything. It reminded me of my time in Medford, Oregon with my friend Joan. And if you're on here, Joni, I love you and miss you. But I've enjoyed being in their home, and not that I'm talking about moving back into Fancy Free even while we're there, but so obviously I still love Fancy Free and everything, but it has been nice being in Sticks and Bricks for sure. Let me see if I'm burning up the roads. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Are you on here? Oh, I'm sorry that you don't feel good. But feel better. I really appreciate you and your videos. Feel better, yes. I don't remember. 4 years? I'm catching up. Hang on. I moved into Fancy Free in 2015 and have lived in her full time since then. So it's been coming up on 5 years. And since 2015, you guys, I'm sorry I didn't catch that soon enough, but since 2015, and thank y'all for helping each other out and narrowing in on that while I was talking. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome, and that's kind of a question I sometimes asked at meetups to give away stickers, is how long I've been in Fancy Free. Oh, and thank you, Lauri. I really appreciate that. Yes, it is a long time. There really aren't. A couple of my friends in vans, one of them recently got off the road, and one has been off again, on again. But there's a couple of my friends that have been out here a little longer than me, but there's not many more senior than me as far as living in a van. There are a lot that do different rigs or have changed rigs, but to have lived in a van, I'm pretty much senior, on the senior side of that. I'm on your side of everything. Let's face it, and it doesn't feel like it's 5 years. It's, of course, to be honest, I mean, I lost a year, right? Because cognitively, I kind of went away. You guys saw it. You knew it. Robert carried me for a lot of that time. It's kind of like the lights weren't on and nobody was home. And then I recently got this new medicine and have been given my life back. And, oh, thank you, Cardiz. I appreciate that. Oh, you guys, we have a neighbor friend staying here at my friend's home, and she's just lovely. I just love her. Her name is Brenda. And Brenda, if you're watching this, I love you, baby girl. But and so her family has instructed her that in fact, she was on my meetup video that I ended up having to cancel the meetup, but she's the one in the swing and everything and pointing to the sign at the museum. And anyway, her family has instructed her because of COVID to not be hugging people, and so I taught her to do air hugs because it was killing us to not be able to hug. So we do air hugs, and I just love it. So thank you, Cardise. I did that without realizing what I was doing. Squirrel, I forgot what I was saying. Anybody remember what I was saying? Anyway, that this might not have been what I was saying, but it doesn't feel like 5 years. It has flown by, and so much has happened and so much has changed, and I'm so blessed with so many wonderful people that it also doesn't feel like I live in just a van, because my world is so expanded and so big. So air hugs are a good idea, and I saw the guy on the presidential announcement today do an elbow instead of a high five or a fist bump. They did elbow bumps, so that's good. All right, so it isn't easy living in a van. It isn't easy. No, I don't think there's any more viewer questions. Thank you, Noreen. I didn't see that. I'm having to scroll back. So I think that's it. That was my very first interview with Bob. Bob and I camped together probably my first year and a half out here on the road. Bob and I were really tight, and I camped with him and Kendall and Jamie that were still together at that time, and Kendall's one of the people I was going to see in Florida, and Bob's girlfriend at the time, and we all just hung together, and some old timers that are no longer on the road that have bought sticks and bricks. And actually, two of them, may they rest in peace, have died. And so things have changed a lot from just 5 years ago. It's really different. But, Jurassic pork chop. Bob set her up. No? Bob didn't set me up. Not sure what you're referencing, Carol, but no, Bob didn't set me up. He did build my first bed. When I started out, I was on the floor of my van. Didn't even have flooring. It was the ribs, and and I had a thin air mattress and a sleeping bag and duffel bags. And Bob and Jamie built me my first bed when we were a special time. And anyway, I also, if you watch my tour video, Noreen, or Lori, whoever has that tour video link, if you'll put that back up, if you guys watch my tour video, you'll see footage on there of Bob building my bed. Yes, Joni, that is correct. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Lori, love you too. And so, and yes, Carol, you are right about that. He took care of me in so many ways. And so, Carol, if that's what you meant, yes. So to tell you how naive I was, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I thought you traveled with the weather. I came out here, and I had a blog, and I had followed bloggers. It was before the land of YouTube, and I had a vintage that I was going to redo when I retired. And life gets in the way, and you end up with a brain injury and brain surgery, and you don't get to go that route, and so you end up in a empty cargo van, and you go camp with friends. And at the time, the Bob wasn't the Bob; he was just our Bob, and he took such great care of me. And he's always had this vision of amassing this following to live this life, and he's always helped people. And so he said, what are you going to heat with? And I did an interview with him on my channel, and I don't know, or it might have been on To Meander, I'll have to go look, but of where we were talking and reminiscing about those days. And I asked him, how green was I? And his answer was, and he laughed, and he goes, they don't get any greener. Because I didn't even, he said, what are you going to cook with? I'm like, I was, I hadn't gotten that far. Had my stuff. I'm not a big cook anyway, and so I guess I thought I was going to do tuna and Vienna sausage and stuff the rest of my life. I don't know. So he took me shopping, and we went and got my first little red camper stove, And then I didn't have heat. I said, well, I thought we traveled with the weather. And he said, well, like, yeah, but it still gets cold. You're gonna have to have heat. And so then he took me to get my first heater. And anyway, that's kind of, I started with Bob, and he's the one that took me shopping and helped get me set up. And I believe with his help, I was able to stay in this lifestyle and get rooted in this lifestyle. And this lifestyle has saved my life, I believe. And I am not in assisted living because I get to live in fancy free, and it meets my needs with my brain injury. And so I say all the time that Bob and I don't camp together anymore. He's now the Bob, and I'm just still Debra. And but I credit him with saving my life, because there are many people in that regard that are so grateful to him for all the help that he has done, and I forever will be. What I can do, I appreciate you all being kind to each other. I have the best, wonderful viewers in the world. The van for this week, the weekly spotlight and unedited versus edited videos. You guys, I got so much positive feedback over that. Yes, Noreen, Randy and I are good friends. I met Randy before I ever even got on the road. He and two other blogger friends, back when we all had blogs and kept in touch that way. He and two other blogger friends, one of which is one of the ones I was talking about that's no longer with us. They came to Texas and before my brain surgery, so that I could spend some time with them, and I appreciated that. And so we go back to that was 2011. No, I don't remember what year that was. That was a long time ago, and I was going to say 11, but I don't remember. And we've camped together and everything since I've been on the road, obviously, because we went back that far. And a good guy. He's nuts. I say that with love. Y'all know how you say that without meaning it mean. And no, not Randy the Mobile Traveler. She's talking about Randy the Poet. He goes by the Mobile Codger. So that's who she's talking about. Randy, even over Bob on experience on the road, and he just doesn't have a channel like Bob's for everybody to know about him. He has a channel, but it's not that big. And I don't know how to tell you how to find him. Again, I'll try to remember to put that in the video description or the pinned comment. And Randy Vining, sweetheart, the old Mobile Codger, if you're watching this, I love you. And then the other person I was talking about is no longer with us. And then Glenn doesn't do YouTube. He is on Instagram. To Simplify, used to have a huge 1.5 million follower blog, tosimplify.net. And you can, I don't think the blog is even active anymore. He kind of dropped out, and he's still in his van. And he came to see me right after my brain surgery as well. Good people. Movable condo. No, I don't think that's it. I'm not sure. But thank you for putting that up. Let's see. Yeah, you guys, don't forget my meetups. Check out my meetups. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the unedited versus edited videos. Let me see how much time I've been on here. I don't want to hold you guys up too long tonight. So I've got some videos. If I can make myself focus, wrap my head around focusing and get back in fancy free or whatever I need to do to be able to do that and get some videos out. I've got some videos of Texas and my Texas meetup and my travels through Texas. Now that I've not stuck on the travel guard, it's late, but I'm going to still share with you how we camped in the snow at Big Bend. I mean, I went to Big Bend to see the International Dark Sky. It's one of the few places on Earth that have an International Dark Sky rating, or in America. and I go there and it snows. I get stuck on a cattle guard and then it snows. Anyway, I have all those videos that I'm going to be sharing with you. So, but I'm going to start trying after I get these caught up. I'm going to start trying unedited videos. And yes, he was on the movie David of I forgot about that. Or the Without Bounds, that documentary with Bob and Lauri and good people on there. And yes, Lauren, it is in Arizona at Rice Ranch, and I sure hope you can make it this year too, darling. Uh, that would be awesome. And so those edited videos, they have to be edited because they're all shot in short clips, and so I have to make them into a movie for you and to put. Be okay with the unedited video that I just did, and so I'm going to try more of those, and I hope it'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. Rusty78609 was so kind to me, interviewing me and let me interview him when we were camped together at Falcon Lake State Park in Texas. We actually ended up camping right next to each other and didn't even know it, and we have mutual friends, and so that was quite fun. And he was my inspiration for that. It's just he can sit and talk. I mean, I do with you guys, but I have topics. He just, kind of sits down and talks. And I don't know if I have that capability, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Thank you, Brenda. That is lovely. And it's all the same. It's not the same, but I enjoy both. Is what I mean is the same. I get a thrill out of both. But the unedited certainly are a lot less time. But you guys won't get as much content. So we'll see. And I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Bridget. I appreciate that. Okay, so Bandit, he's not waking up. Baby boy, hi. Oh, his eye opened. One eye. An eye opened. Hi, baby. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, you're going to stretch? He's growling at me, you guys. He's like, leave me alone. I'm finally able to sleep. So I'm not going to make him get up. But there he is. He didn't really growl. That wasn't one of his mean growls. That was like, that was his grumpy old man growl. He is doing so good. My friends have a beautiful, adorable Jack Russell Terrier. Her name is Rosie, and I'll try to get some video clips of her before I leave. She just has the most adorable thing. She sits up on her butt and just sits there. I mean, she doesn't even wobble or anything. She just sits on her butt, and she sits on the back of the couch and looks out the window, and she's taught Bandit. She fetches and goes and gets a ball and brings it back, you guys, and he is learning that. He sat and watched her and watched her and watched her, and she would go get it and bring it back, and he didn't get it at first, and he was really barking. He just was all excited about the excitement. Yeah, him's a grumpy old man. And he finally, so my friend Letty, she's like, well, let's try it with him. So we undid the leash, and she threw the ball, and he went the first time, and he looked at it like, well, this is just a ball. This isn't food. And he walked off and left it. But then after he walked off and left it, Rosie ran and got it. Well, her mom told her, Rosie, you go get it. So Rosie ran and got it, and he was like, oh, I was supposed to get that. And he does it now. He goes and gets the ball, and he's learning also to leave it. Like when I get hold of something, he's learning to let go of it. And I use leave it for to leave anything, that or something on the ground or whatever. And so he's learning that, and he's doing really good with that. He's just blossoming into such a different, beautiful dog. He is so smart. And now Jackson is snoring while I'm talking about Bandit. Is the reason Bandit's tired out in a wonderful, beautiful way, because he's been playing nonstop, and but you know, if he can learn to do this fetching and everything, he can get more exercise. Because I can't in one day, even if I could, if I had the physical ability to wear him out. And so this rescue Jake, who's learning from her service dog, Ember. Oh, that's good. What is Ember's service? What is she trained to do? That is great, Midnight Run. And yeah, Bandit's he's just awesome. I think that I'm getting ready to get rid of the Do Not Pet collar and the Do Not Pet leash and get him a regular collar and leash, something adorable. In fact, my friend Chuck, I'm staying with Chuck and Letty, and Chuck said, let's get him a collar that says, I'm adorable, instead of Do Not Pet. And so I'm going to get him something. I don't know what we'll find, but I can't wait. He's just turning in, well, he's always been awesome, but he's just blossoming and learning to be with another dog. And then Chuck and Letty are so popular in their neighborhood, and they have friends and family that know them from when they come down here, and their cousins live nearby, and so people are always dropping by. He's just turning into a Mr. Social Butterfly, you guys, but he still will bite, he still will growl, and so we'll keep working on that. He bit me last week, but it's okay. It's less and less and less, and he's learning more and more and more. And I'm sorry that I'm not. So y'all can't see him at all, can you? I can't see what y'all can. There he is. Y'all can see his little nose and head. He'll only probably get up when I start the engine to head back. So anyway, he is sleepy and he's adorable, and he's just like leave me alone, Mom, I'm really tired. So that has been my week. I hope that you all have a beautiful week. Please consider joining me on Patreon. That's where I do a lot of my blogs and keep people up to date on things, and you can join there for as little as $1 a month. I stay current on there, and I just hope you're doing well and feel as blessed as I do, and that your life is full of love. And everybody stay safe out there and stay healthy. And oh, Colleen, hi, sweetheart. I sent you a couple of texts. Love you. And everybody, keep on keeping on, and we'll see you down the road. Bye, everybody. Love you. Bye.